5 days since the storm hit. 6 days without sunlight. 4 days with the power grid dead, and 4 since it's been safe to leave the storm shelter. 1 day since I've seen what horrors lie above. The first day of our attempt to escape with our lives. But the storm itself was nothing to fear. No, not the storm. But those things within it we would never understand. We had already left the boundaries of Murnau, and the storm still hadn't lifted. Somehow I had hoped that the rain would reach no further than the edge of our small town. But there were fewer of those things here. The large and small ones alike. And I thought that if they were truly once human, as Eli had guessed, that I should see none at all. Almost no one lived between Murnau and Fosberg. Yet still those things lurked within the darkness. We had been forced to stop more than once, driving them off each time with the road flares which Eli had kept in his truck. And as we continued to drive in the rain, I felt as though we only moved further into the storm. And I worried what would become of us once the flares ran out.
We should be halfway to Fosberg by now. If this rain doesn't let up, we'll have to go through and onto the next town.
Fosberg is bigger than Murnau. If you're right, there's gonna be a lot of them. We should try to go around.
I don't know the roads well enough to go around. If we have to go through, I'll keep to the edge of town.
I hoped against hope that that wouldn't happen. That Fosberg wasn't in darkness. That escape was near. Escape. I couldn't have fled Murnau on foot, and my car wouldn't have made it out to the flooded roads. Looking out into the vast darkness beyond the window, I realized that I owed Eli my life.
Why didn't you leave me in Murnau?
Why would I leave you?
You didn't even know my name. This only delayed you getting to safety.
Look, I helped you because I could. It's what any decent man would do.
Yeah, well, we're not all good men.
But every moment we can choose to be.
I wanted to hate him. I wanted to hate Eli because I hated myself. I felt shame. The lie I told myself to justify not going back, that no one would have done the same. It was crushed before I had even told it, shattered as soon as Eli offered me a way out. I wouldn't have done the same for him. But to Eli it made no difference. He was going back, and my intent was to leave them all to die. To die in that very same darkness that I would have died in. I longed for the relief of sunlight, for the darkness to give way, and for the nightmare to end. Soon the darkness would give way to light, but not from above, not from the sky, and not from sunlight at all.
What the hell is that?
Shit.
We can't go around. Ground's been soaked through for days. The truck will sink in all this mud.
We don't have enough flares to go back.
There's too many of them to drive through. All the noise will just bring them down around us. It'll be too late for the flares then. They'll just surround us and wait for the fire to go out.
So we have to walk. With 2 left.
Well, that's an hour of fire. That'll keep them off of us for a little while.
In the light.
I don't know. But with how many of them there are, I think we might be walking right into the heart of this.
We need to go around.
So we can trudge through all this? How long do you think we'll last if we can't even run?
We'll use the flares.
How long do you think it'll take for us to go around? We don't even know how far back this thing goes. We'll move slower, go further, and risk the flares burning out.
All right. We'll have to go through.
I felt myself once more holding tightly onto everything like a fearful child. Fleeting thoughts raced through my mind. Desperate, hate-filled pleading. I could feel myself dying, and I knew that nothing I did would change that. I felt pain in my bones, organs tearing. And then the pleading stopped. thought of Eli then. Even in death, he chose to help me. Even in death, he chose to be a good man. I wouldn't be able to come back for those people, but I could still try to save them. I could feel its panic as my own. Every wound. And I could feel the others approaching. I could feel myself die with it.
Hey guys, James here. I'm the writer and director behind Shut Out the Storm. Thank you so much for watching this part, and I hope that you'll subscribe to see what's next. This series took me about 2 years to make. I started it in my final year of film school and took it upon myself to do pretty much everything, from the shooting, the editing, the special effects, the sound design. It was a massive undertaking, so if you'd like to show some support, feel free to hop down to the Ko-Fi page, which is linked there, to check out some exclusive downloads or just make a donation. Thank you again so much for watching. It honestly means the world to me.